Hi, Emma. Thanks for joining me today to tell us a little bit more about audio enhancement.
Yes, happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So I think to start, why don't we do just a quick introduction of yourself and then tell us a little bit about audio enhancement. Who are they, and what's your elevator pitch?
Yeah, absolutely. As you said, my name's Emma Washbush. I'm the regional sales director at Audio Enhancement, covering the Midwest territory. I've been with Audio Enhancement for almost 3 years now. And yeah, who is Audio Enhancement? When you hear the name, you think of maybe just classroom audio, which is really how we started. We started with, providing those classroom audio solutions for teachers and students by putting in multiple ceiling speakers inside a standard sized classroom to evenly distribute that teacher's voice to be able to provide that equity from within the classroom. But in our over 47 years of business, we've evolved a lot. So taking those same set of speakers that are in that classroom and creating an intercom paging and bell system that we called Epic. We started getting schools telling us, hey, I'm not putting in a set of speakers from an audio company, an intercom company. So we created the first ever K-12 only intercom system, giving you the ability to have that two-way communication, being able to communicate into a specific room and having them communicate back to you, doing your one-way paging, being able to set up your bell schedule and change it at a moment's notice, as well as your emergency notifications throughout a school. And then we've really evolved by having teachers tell us like, hey, this is what we need in our classrooms, that you already have the piece of equipment that I'm wearing 8 hours a day being that teacher microphone. Can you build in a duress button to be able to help us signify if we ever have an emergency happening in our classroom? So that's how we develop the safe system, by putting in that duress button. So the teacher just has to hold the two buttons for 3 seconds, and it sends a silent alert from within the classroom to the front office to be able to say, hey, we have an emergency happening here and we need help. And then administrators were like, this is great information for us to have, but we need to be able to see what's happening inside of that classroom so that we can respond appropriately. Is it a disciplinary issue? Is it a medical emergency? Is it a worst case scenario? What's happening? And with that, that's how we developed the classroom cameras, which we call ViewPath. And over time, teachers started saying, hey, that's a nice camera. Can we use it for instructional and learning purposes, to be able to record our lessons, to be able to do remote learning, use it for professional development, and be able to use it for our teacher evaluations? And that's how we really developed ViewPath for that instruction and that safety and security purpose. So as you can tell at Audio Enhancement, we've really grown in our 47 years of business to be able to help schools and say, hey, here's what we're able to do. We can integrate with your existing infrastructure that you already have invested in your schools. We're even able to do live translation, which we call Clear Connect, using the same classroom audio equipment you would already be using inside of your classrooms.
Awesome. Yeah, you guys do have a ton of great solutions for our customers, and you've been a great partner over the years. So if a school district is interested in one of those solutions that you just described, next step would be to reach out to a local integrator such as Marco. And then what does that process look like after that?
Yeah, absolutely. So yes, that's definitely, you'd reach out to your local integrator such as Marco, and what they would do then is loop me in and we'd be able to sit down and identify your pain points. Like what do you need and how can we help, and identify those solutions and what part of audio enhancement can help you right now. So like it doesn't have to be a one size fits all. We know it's not cookie cutter. What you tell us is your story, what you need, and then we make our solutions fit your district or your school. It's not you make your school or district fit audio enhancement. We'll do what we need to do to make it fit for you. We're very adaptable. We can, like we said, we can integrate with a lot of your existing infrastructure. And after that, is when we're able to sit down and help create the story for what you need.